So now we're going to talk about creating bullet lists and creating different kinds of lists and how you can have a little bit of creativity when you're creating lists. So this is a list right here. It has bullet points, and if I wanted to take that off, so the first point when you're adding or subtracting bullet points is to highlight the text that you want to add bullet points to or take it away. And you see how bullet points are selected in this paragraph group. I can take them away. So let's say we just had something like this and we want to add bullets. So just regular bullets, you would just go up to this area here and add bullets like that. You can also choose different kinds of bullets, like the drop arrow. So if they ask you to, if you're asked to do a star kind of bullet, that's how you would do it, or an open checkbox. You could do it that way, or a check mark, or arrows, that kind of thing. And then you have a few options here as well, like the size of the bullets and the color. And when it comes to bullets, you also have number bullet options. So these are bullet options, just normal bullet options, but you also have the number bullets right here that you can add and you can choose. And then you have more options as well when you click on the bottom. So you have the bulleted ones and the numbered options as well. And especially for your MOS exam, you should know how to make a multi-level list bullet. So that sounds a little bit crazy, but it's actually pretty simple. So there are, if we make this paragraph right here, I could highlight the text, or I could highlight the text box, whichever way I want to do that, and add just, let's say, the normal bullets. And take away this one at the bottom. These are first level bullets. So if I wanted to make some subpoints here, there's two ways I can do that. So on the left side I'm going to do one way, and on the right side I'm going to do another. And the simple way to make sub bullets or second level bullets, so you have level 1, these are all level 1 right now, they always start off in level 1, and then you can choose to make them level 2 later. So if I said sign up right away, I want it to be level 2, I would just press the tab button on your keyboard, and this becomes a sub bullet. This is the new level 2. And then if I also wanted to make the warm underwater temperature level 2, I would just press tab again. So that's the way that you have level 1 bullet points and level 2 bullet points. So that's how you make a multi-level list in PowerPoint. I'm going to do the same thing over here, just a different technique. So we're going to add bullets as well. And you could do number bullets or just normal bullets or whatever bullets you're asked to do, or whichever one looks better for your slide. And we're going to do in the same spot the waiting list, longer than 6 months. So you could press tab, which is easy, or you could go up here and just indent. So this is the indent button, or it's called demoting your point or your paragraph. And then I can do the same thing here and move it to the right. So now these bullet points to the left are level 1s, and this would be level 2. I could even take it a step further and make this a level 3 bullet if I want to make like a sub point, or move it back to level 2 again, or move it back to level 1. Okay, so that's how you make a multi-level list with bullet points, and this is a really good skill to know for your MOS exam. So now we're going to get a little bit more advanced with our bullet points. So I'm going to have my text selected, and I want to use a picture bullet point, and sometimes this is good for enhancing our brand or just showing people that you know some advanced skills with PowerPoint. So let's do that again. I highlighted my text, and I'm going to choose the bullet point options with the drop arrow, go to bullet points and numbering. I have the bulleted tab selected, choose picture, and I'm going to look for online resources for this. And because the theme is safety, I'm going to type in life jacket. And preferably you'd have something circular or like a square design that's kind of like a bullet point. I'm seeing a few, but this would be good, just a circle there. It's not quite a life jacket, but that's actually life preserver, and that looks good for our bullet point. So and it kind of fits our theme. So that's how you can make custom bullet points from a picture if you wanted to get a little bit more advanced with creating lists and bullet points. Alright, so now we'll learn how to move our text around the page. So there's 3 main ways we'll do this. So let's say I want to put this title, submit, and then signing up for swim classes sheet into this last line here. I can move this by copying and pasting. So let's say if I wanted to keep that title there, but I wanted to put the same words in between submit sheet here, I would just highlight, right click, copy. This gets put on the clipboard up here, and then I can choose how I want to paste. So if I wanted to paste it just like it is up there, I use destination theme, so this would jive better with the letters on both sides. Keep source formatting, that would, as you can see, paste the formatting as it was in the title. So for our purposes, we want it to merge with the where we're putting it, so that's called the destination theme. So we'll click on that, and then you just paste it there. So that's how we can move that text around. You can also cut and paste things. So if I wanted to completely remove this but then paste it over here, it's kind of like if I was to move something and not replace it. So I would highlight it first, right click, and I could cut it from there, and then right click where I want to place it, and do the same thing, use destination theme. Again, you can use keep source formatting, which would keep the formatting of the title, but we'll use the destination theme, and it'll move from the title to this part of the to our list. And there's also another way to move your text around that not a lot of people know about. It's just the click and drag method. So you could just click the paragraph that you want, and then hold down with your mouse as you move it into wherever you want. So see where the insertion point is here, and I'm still holding my mouse down, and I let it go, and oh, I just got confused there. So there, so you can move it around. So for example, I could do that here. If I wanted to make this, if I had a number bullet list, I could make this the second point if I want to, by putting this part, highlighting it, and then holding this paragraph down, and then moving the insertion point where I want to. Alright, so that's how you can move text around, and not a lot of people know about that method. Alright, so now we're going to get really fancy with our text formatting by using a feature called WordArt. So when you highlight your text, let's say you want to add some fancy formatting to this title, a Drawing Tools Format tab will pop up. So if we just click on that, we have our WordArt styles group here, and if you want some preset designs, you can just use the ones that are available here. I could just click on this one. It's called the, well, it tells you all the features in it, the fill white, the outline blue accent 2, it has a hard shadow, and there's also a hard shadow, and the shadow actually is blue accent color 2. So it shows you all those preset options, but if you want to play around with some of those options, you can click the text fill, text outline, or text effects drop arrow. So let's explore. We'll go to text fill, which has all of the colors. You can even change the color of the text to a picture, a gradient, which would show different light settings, or even texture. So let's say if I wanted to go with my bubble swimming theme, I could choose water droplets from the texture, and that would be the new fill or the color of the text on the inside of the text. And then text outline, so this is obviously the outside of the text, and you can change the outside color. You see the one we have here, you could make this darker if you wanted to. Maybe you would make it stand out a little bit more. And you can also change the weight or the size of the outline. So I can make it smaller or really big, which almost takes over the WordArt there. So probably just make it smaller. And you also have your text effects options. So shadow will add a shadow to your text. And I'll show you, I guess I'll do one of those, little shadow. You can also change the size of the shadow by going to more shadow options and changing the size here, making it bigger. Although you don't want to make it too big, so I'll go back to 100. And you can type in the size here. I'm just going to go back to 100 because that looks pretty nice there. You can also use text reflection, which would add a reflection below your text. That actually might be nice if I'm using that water theme. And then we have our glow options. So you can add a little bit of a glow to your text. You can also change the size of the glow and the color, so you have more glow colors here. If you want, more like a dark blue maybe. And you could also Yeah, so change the size by going to glow options. And again, the size here, just increase it. You can change the angle and all that stuff. Be careful. This shows the shadow one, so this is from the one before. Use the glow settings here, and then change the, so if they wanted a 12-point glow, I would just type in 12, press enter, and it's a bigger glow, and then the default option. And bevel, bevel just makes the text look like it was chiseled, and it can sometimes make pictures and text a little bit 3D looking. So you can add, it doesn't do much to the text, but when you use pictures, you'll notice that more if you use a bevel option. And then you can use our 3D rotation as well. Let's add, I like the one going up there. Off axis one to the right, or maybe just a subtle one. But that takes away a reflection, so be careful which one you use. I actually kind of like that one going up. Okay, and then our last one, we have transform, which transforms the shape of your text. So I would use something like, I'll maybe deflate, which just adds a little bit of an arc to it, or something like that. You can use, oh, maybe something a little bit more wavy. I've got so many words that it's a little hard to, maybe something like that. It looks like a wave, but I probably want the wave to start, yeah. Something like that. So that was the text effects transform option, and that was the wave down. Wave down, so it goes with the whole swimming water theme. And that is basically your WordArt styles group there and everything you can do with it.